Ready?
We're ready, man. Hey guys, we're making this video in regards to the Mike Andy's video that came out about a week ago, and we were debating on whether we should even respond, and we kind of we even thought about just leaving it alone. But I feel like there was a lot that was not covered, and we want to cover a few of the things that were not put on the video that were very important.
Yeah.
You know, to be on the video, just to get a more context of our story and to get a more context of the things that are going on here. There was a lot of things that were missed out that were recorded, but for some reason they were just not put on the video. So we want to make this video real quick and just kind of give you our side of the story and explain a few things that were on the video and a few things that were not on the video. So, man, we want to just thank Mike and his team for just coming out here, for choosing us. I think they could have chose, a whole lot of people, and they chose us. So we want to thank them for that. But there was a few things that we just didn't agree with on the video, and that's the reason we're making this video here.
I think that one of the biggest things is and I guess I was expecting too much to put our faith out there, But one of the things that we run this business, as a matter of fact, Ox Services came from a conference that we heard at church, from our church, and the name, what we stand for, we run a kingdom business, and this is the thing, it's not running in all pistons yet. Right. We're running in excellence in a lot of things, and we're trying to get to, we are trying to get to that. We do need help, right?
Yeah.
So we want to be transparent with that, and that's the reason why we
reached out to him.
Yeah. And our faith, man. Our faith is the thing that has kept us going for 7+ years. If you count everything that we've done together, really, we've worked together all of our lives. But when it comes to this business, it's been our faith, man. Things that have happened, doors that have been opened, that we can't take the credit for.
Right.
I do understand that people want to look at numbers, and that's good. And that only takes you to a certain place. I believe that the favor of God and hard working gets you to where we want to be. And we believe that we're reaching more than just our customers, that we are doing more than just cutting grass, that our purpose is much bigger than that. And it's clear, I don't know if it's clear is a word, but it's more clear now than ever that we're doing this for the long run. We're not doing this to be bankrupt in a week,
Right.
I don't know if you want to talk about the.
We had a few notes that we wrote down. We just don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that we wanted to cover.
About Shreveport.
Yeah. There was a comment made on there that kind of bothered me more than, it bothered me.
It bothered me too. Yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned on the video that going to Shreveport. What was it? There was.
It's like we're in Shreveport, Louisiana. If
you don't know where it's at.
Yeah, don't worry, you're not missing anything.
Yeah. So that kind of bothered us, man, because Shreveport, man, this is what we call home. This is the city that gave my parents an opportunity to come here from Mexico.
Yeah.
Our parents and to make a living, and this is the city that's provided opportunity for us to have our own business here.
Yep.
So it bothered me. We love our city, man. I feel like we do a lot in the community for our city. And it's not a perfect city, because I don't think we could ever find a perfect city, but this is home, man. Because we love our city, man. This is where our kids go to school. This is where we provide for our family, and there's so much great things in Shreveport,
Right.
So if anyone's ever in this area, definitely stop by. I promise you won't regret it.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know if you want to touch on the subject about the trucks. I know that was a big one that kind of had.
Yeah. I mean, man, this is the thing, even about Shreveport, what he said about Shreveport. And again, we're not coming at him, but we're just.
Right. Just trying to
get some context,
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, my brother and I are very upfront when we talk to somebody, right?
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those things, like the Shreveport thing, nothing was said to us. Like about the trucks, like nothing was said to us. Like, as a matter of fact, you explained to him why we bought the trucks, right?
Yeah. So it was on video, especially here in the shop where we talked about it. The reason that we bought the trucks was there was an opportunity, and we had the trucks almost for over a year and a half, right?
So what you're saying, if we were gonna go bankrupt, he made it seem like we just bought these trucks.
Yeah. The thumbnail. What did
This is what the thumbnail says. It says, "I'm drowning in debt and buying new trucks." That's the thumbnail.
Yeah, that kind of had me a little upset too, because we've had the trucks for a year and a half, and if we were just doing mowing, we actually have two more. We have a 2010 that we use daily. We have another 2010 F-150 that are paid for.
Yeah.
That was our mowing trucks for before we bought these. So it's not like we were buying new trucks to mow grass 4 years ago when we really wanted to go full time.
Yeah.
There was an opportunity that came up last year. The year before last.
Yeah, before last, yeah.
In the fall to be subcontracted out doing some oil and gas work.
Yep.
In some of these locations, and I mean it was going to pay really good, and it was paying really good money in the fall of 21, and in the beginning of the year of 22 it kicked off some more, and in order for us to haul, we were subcontracted out by oil field company. We were hauling heavy equipment. We were hauling trailers with pretty good sized loads, and we were stressing this F-150s out. They both have high mileage, 250,000 up.
Yeah.
But they've been great. So we took a what do you call it? We took a calculated risk.
That's right.
Basically, like, man, listen, we need to, if we're going to be doing this, adding this to our services, and we need to get a bigger truck. And we purchased these trucks with the intention to use them for both, for lawn care and for this, but we're mainly going to use it for this oil and gas service that we caught. And man, it was making really good money.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't. It was justifiable to go spend $50,000 on each truck, and at the end, it ended up not working out yet, but we're still in the talk about possibly redoing that again and starting that again. But at the time, it just didn't work out. It wasn't going to work out for us. It wasn't going to work out for the company that we were subcontracted with. So we kind of just paused it for now, and just waiting to see if anything comes out of that. But yeah, I mean, the trucks were not bought to pull two mowers around every day. Like, that was not. Yeah. Now that's what we're doing with them now, and even then, we're using them to haul a few pallets of sod, to haul rocks. So it's not like we're just pulling them, using them for lawn care. So that I kind of wanted to explain that, because that was all explained on the video when Mike and his team was here.
Yeah.
So it kind of bothered me that was not put on there, and we lost the whole context of that part of the story. That if someone looking at the video, they're like, oh man, they spent $100,000 for some mowing trucks. No, that was not even the plan.
But even if we did, right? Let's just say we bought it specifically to pull two mowers around, right? The fact that he's the way he made, and it's very clear. And again, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's very clear how this video, or the purpose of this video was made, right? That he got a great video.
Right.
He got a great video.
Yeah.
He has a lot of views.
Yeah.
At the cost of us not having the full context, and us looking like we're fixing to be shut down in 2 weeks. And that's another thing. That's another thing that he talked about. Our balance sheet. They made a whole scene, it seemed like a movie, like anyways,
Well, yeah, the balance sheet was another important thing that, we were very transparent with him and his team. Like, whatever they requested from us, before they showed up, they requested our profit and loss for the previous year and this year, and it was sent to them. And then after they left, they requested a balance sheet from last year and this year. I sent them last year's, and this year's was still, I still didn't have it in my hands because I still need to give it updated from our accounting. It took a couple of days for us to get that, and the balance sheet for this year was only for the first 2 quarters, so it was January through June. So if we had $7,000 in the bank, like, and they made it seem like it was up to date, like it was
Yeah.
last week's,
Right.
the end of last week's. So if we were gonna go bankrupt, that would have been the first week of July.
Right.
With us having $7,000 in the bank, and they looked at everything else so good, but why couldn't they look at the very top where it said January through June?
Yeah.
Like why couldn't they mention that? But then in the video it said like, oh man, this is their most recent up to date or year to date balance sheet.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, $7,000. They're gonna go bankrupt next week. That bothered me because that should have they should have asked us
Right.
like, hey, is this up to date? Or I mean, they didn't need to ask us. It was on top of the very top of the balance sheet.
Yeah.
Another thing with that balance sheet that was not covered on there, and we're not justifying it because the balance sheet is accurate in a way. We actually did a really big sod. I think it was one of our biggest sod jobs we've ever done.
Yeah, it was a big sod.
We spent about $20,000 in sod.
Yeah, over 20,000.
Yeah, and it was over a $40,000 job.
Yeah.
So that made it look really bad because we had just spent $20,000 in sod.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of cost, that we had to do just for that one job.
Yeah.
And of course, some of these bigger jobs, you can't get paid the full amount until everything's completed and a walkthrough is done. At least that's how we do it. So, a little bit about that, just so y'all can get a little context on the balance sheet. But yeah, what really bothered me is that it was not an up to date one. It was from June. So if we would have been bankrupt, it would have been the first week of July, since they were saying that they're going bankrupt next week. Anything else you want to cover?
I think one of the biggest things that bothers me is that that nothing was said to our face. He said if he would have known, he could have came more aggressively. I forgot exactly what word he used. And the thing about it is like nothing about him was aggressive. He was a really cool guy. He walked in, shook everybody's hand. Everything was great. I mean, he seemed like a pretty cool guy. I mean, nothing was said like, and maybe I don't know if he talked to you, but the thing about it is there was an opportunity for him to ask us anything, and correct me if I'm wrong on that video. He was when he was eating the granola bar and he's like, I wonder how much really is in the bank. Was that here in Shreveport when he was driving off?
I think so. Yeah. It was whenever we were going to our first location.
And that's another thing, man. Like if you wanted to be that serious and wanted to have that many questions, it almost seemed set up. And I'm not saying it is because I don't know.
Right.
But he could have literally turned around and came and asked us or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think I would have been open with him about how much we had in the bank.
Yeah.
Now, will I want that in the video? I will have to think about it because some of the stuff, if his really intentions was really to help us, then all the information does not need to be put out.
Yeah.
But I made it clear that I was transparent with him by sending him the balance sheet. Like it shows everything. You can't hide it unless it's just not made right. Yeah. And if I wanted to hide something, we could have remade the balance sheet to show that it looks good. So
right.
It was not our intentions to hide anything. I didn't think that he was gonna put that information directly like that out there. I even thought that maybe he was gonna do maybe to follow back with us and then just to kind of get a little glimpse. But for him to just put it out there, it bothered me. And then of course I didn't want to look at the comments because they could stir some more stuff up. But I was looking at the comments and I think someone commented on the YouTube video. Like, hey, if money was the issue, how come you didn't ask him, in the beginning? And he was like, we hinted
something like that.
we threw a few clues out to see if he would open up, but I could tell that was a subject he didn't want to touch. And if I would have told him, like honestly, I would have told him.
Well, I mean, but what's the purpose of him coming here? Okay, well, if you didn't want to tell him, then why is he coming?
And and another thing, and I know we're talking too much, but if he knew that it was a subject I didn't want to touch, hey man, why would you put it on the video, man?
Nah,
he why wouldn't you just like, hey, could I, message us, like, hey, could we put this on the video? I probably would have gave them more context of that balance sheet and be like, hey, well, listen, this is from June, but they saw the information and they ran with it.
I just don't think it would have mattered if you would give them context, because you give them context about the trucks, and there was the whole thing, the whole first part of the video.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one last thing, and then you can close it if you want to. It's a perfect setup from the video that he posted. I think he's calling them the turnaround, whatever. So it's a perfect setup for him to come here and make it look really bad, and then come back next year, and then if the business is better, which it will be in Jesus' name,
yeah, then
he will get the credit for it, right? And if it's not, he would just make another video like this saying, well, they didn't do this, and this, they bought this, and that. So, man, I want you guys to, whoever's watching, whoever even cares to even watch this video, man, that we've been doing this for a while, and everything that we have, we weren't even, our mindset wasn't even here yet. I mean, we just weren't, like we said, like he said in the video, it was a side hustle. And then God just kept blessing it and pouring people and bringing people and bringing jobs. And man, he's gonna get the glory for it, man.
Right.
God's gonna get the glory for all this. Not a turnaround person. No, do we need help? Yeah, we definitely need help. And do we need and the thing about it is, he touched on some of those things, and we're gonna use them.
I want to thank everyone that took the time to watch this video just to kind of hear our story. Like I said, you know, we're not in a way. I guess we are in a way defending ourselves. The things that were not put on the video, but like we knew what we were getting ourselves into. I don't know if I said it already. Like we knew him coming here. Some of the business information would get exposed,
right,
you know, for other people to learn, you know, for them to use it on the video. So we knew that, you know, but you know, when not the whole context of the story was put on there, and it just made it seem like, you know, it like we're
fixing to shut down.
Yeah, we're fixing to shut down.
It's no
you know, that just wasn't right. But anyways, I think we're gonna end this video. We probably already talked more than we said we were gonna talk. But man, if you want to stay updated, man, we're definitely gonna be posting more videos.
Yeah.
I think that there's something good's gonna come out of this, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever people ask why is Talk Service so successful, we're gonna point them to Jesus. You know, we're gonna say, man, God's gonna get the glory, because trust me, this right here, what we have accomplished, it hasn't even been us. We've seen God's hand in this business from day one, and we're gonna continue to do that. We're gonna continue to just let Him lead us.
That's right.
But really, all I gotta say, man, y'all have a blessed one, and we'll see you.